Hello. Yep, that's working. That is working. That is working. Good morning, everybody. My name is Osa. We are playing Farming Simulator 25 on Alma, Missouri. It is day 1 of March. And things need to happen. Now, hang on. Where did I... I think start over here. We should have breakout in the cotton fields. If I did everything. If I did everything wrong, we won't. That's looking promising. Alrighty. Oops. So come here, we will push shift unfold. Unfold all the things. Nope. I forget what the button is. I'm sorry. Turn on crop sensor. Alt B. Okay. Crop sensor is on. Steering assist is on. Turning on the sprayer. Let's do that. Yes, indeed. Okay. All right, we have some crop to spray, which should not take very long at all. Well, okay, based on how quickly we can do this, should not take very long at all. Based on how big the fields are, may take a long time. But early start today, so we are just under 10 minutes early. It's fine. And then I have a wedding to go to, which starts at 11 o'clock. So we will be ending the stream today at 10 o'clock. So advance warning to YouTube folks. Not going to be any YouTube episodes at the end of this week. I will get maybe 4 episodes. Because my episodes are not 30 minutes long, but they are, between 20 and 30 minutes long. So an hour is about 3 episodes. Anyway, we need to get the crop sprayed. I don't know that there's much else to do today. There is some interesting, come on, go. Thank you. There is some interesting things at sale. Namely this thing for 19,000. I didn't actually check what the actual horsepower. It's a 261 horsepower. That's as big as they come. 260. Yeah, that's as big as they come. That kind of interesting. Do I need a 261 horsepower tractor? Not so much. But at that price, it's still going to be, moderately expensive to fix. But 19,000, yeah, I've got nearly 400 in the bank. kind of a... If I really needed another tractor, that's definitely a thought. Anyway, looks like our cotton doesn't need a lot of fertilizer. I still think we're going to end up draining the tanks because we have a lot of cotton fields. It took me the entirety of February. Well, we didn't start till February 3, but it took me the entirety of February that I figured I needed to be planting for. We were working till almost midnight on day 3, almost midnight on day 4, but all the fields got seeded and rolled, which means we should get a fairly good yield so long as the really abominable weather stays off us. But for right now, the concern is, oh, that's a street sign. Let's just get nitrogen levels up to par. Then we can worry about, whatever else is going on. We haven't checked much today yet. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 fields there, 5 fields, 6 fields, 7 fields to spray this month. I do have I think that's the Puma is planting grass seed, because that's a thing. Animals, big shed is half full, small shed is good, sheeps are good, horses are good. I did top off the base food on the horses last week. Milk, straw, milk 2000, manure slurry negligible, manure slurry getting close, and milk's at 6,000. So nothing important there. Let's get back to here because we are at the end of the row. I think I missed a little bit of that corner there. I am not going to be too concerned with that. Okay, let's get back to here. We did that. Jobs, not a lot today yet. Manure still processing, slurry still processing. Methane we don't have a tank of. I did sell the goat milk because that was up to 10,000. We'll be shifting the wool possibly later today, but that is all we have to do today. So not too bad. Mods this week. There were mods this week. I don't really recall much of what they were. Oops. So, yeah, it is what it is. There were some interesting ones, but like I said, I sort of looked at them and said, oh, that looks interesting. I'm not really aiming to add any serious mods to this playthrough. I may add equipment and sheds that I decide I have a need for. So if I decide, you know what, I could use with a lime plant that you put rocks and water in and it makes lime, I will look at mods that produce lime. If I need more bale storage. I've got a bale storage shed. If I need more silos, I might look at adding silos, but I think the silos we have on the farm are big enough. So it's just a sort of stuff I think I might need. If I see a good, you know, seeder, roller, whatever, then I might consider that. Oh, there was a John Deere seeder that's the same model as we have but a different year, that has a liquid fertilizer tank. Now obviously can't do crop sensing when you're seeding, so the liquid fertilizer tank isn't the greatest thing. Let's back off a little bit so we don't prang the road sign. I don't know if I added it to the save, but planters, yes, this thing. No, not that thing. I think I downloaded it, I didn't add it. This is already a mod. It does not have any configurations. This new one, hang on a minute, go back to that. So yeah, it's exactly the same size, but it does have a liquid fertilizer tank option, so that's a thing. Now, nice thing is here we can sneak across the bridge and continue right where we left off. So, oh, yeah, let's press the unfold button. How's about that? Try not to hit the trees. And that's there. Turn it on. Off we go. And off we go. So yes, I do like a cotton crop. They are obvious. I'm planting big fields. I can't say for definite that they are very high value crops, but we are making an absolute fortune from the amount that we're planting and harvesting. So there's that. Outside of that, obviously don't need a lot of fertilizer, don't need a lot of attention during harvest, because we can just set the harvester loose and it will trundle up and down the field pooping bales out the back, and we don't have to concern ourselves too greatly with what the bale, picking up the bales immediately. We do have to move the bales off so that we can plough the fields, whatever. Don't actually have to plough the fields, but we can mulch the fields. So if I want to send the mulch around, there's bales in the way. Oops. Let's keep going. Turn that off so we don't spray the ditch. And back online there. And off we go. So what else have we got? Apart from the really hectic February, March is quiet. I think April, let's go to there. April is when we plant corn and soybeans. soybeans. So those aren't, you know, we've got a very peaceful this month. There's the grass field down at the new yard, which I ended up buying because those cows are rather hungry. And I don't think the bales we have are sufficient. But that's okay for now. As, you know, as the farm progresses, there will be obviously things will begin to escalate. Now we can see that this patch between fields now is registering very well fertilized in places. It's a little unfortunate. Same with the lime. When we limed it, there was a problem in precision farming, wherein the sort of picking up the gap between a field and another field was causing a little bit of a problem. So that got patched before last week, so we could actually see this strip that used to be a grass strip between these two fields basically was it was actually over leveraged on lime, and also on, well, I wouldn't say necessarily it's really badly fertilized. I would say it's higher than we would like, but it's not the maximum. And it being higher than we would like, if I put corn in this combined field, then that level of fertilizer along that strip in the middle there would be absolutely fine. But cotton don't need a lot of fertilizer, so it is what it is. Our tractor maintenance is going down a little bit quick. It might be the sprayer. We'll have to check that later. So other tractor I have out's the Puma planting grass. It's only got 22% seed left in it, but it's not a big field, and grass is quite an efficient seed to plant. I did not get the Verbo DLC, and I think I'm going to qualify that with a yet. I don't know if I'm going to buy it. I'm going to watch a couple of YouTube farmers this week, I think, if I get a chance, just to see what it adds. But for right now, it's like, it looks like it had some interesting stuff. I'm not sure if it fits with our farm here. I might delay it till September, October and see which farm we're playing in the fall, and then make a decision then. And of course, there may be another DLC between times. And if that's the case, I might look at getting the Year 2 Season Pass, because that would make the third DLC effectively free, or one of the DLCs effectively free. So, yeah, it's... The Year 1, I really didn't see much of anything that I thought, yes, that's important, I need that on my farm. I mean, this farm, the Nexat DLC probably would fit quite well because it's a very wide working width. But then again, I'm then relying on all of my all of my jobs being done by the Nexat, and can I afford it, type of thing. But outside of that, I tend to play smaller farms, so things like the Bulgal DLC, Big Bud DLC, what else was there? All the other stuff that would, it was just big farm equipment. It's like, yeah, no, it doesn't fit with the game I play. Whereas things like the Kern and the mower pack, Vernland, all of those, yes, absolutely. While they're not necessary to play the game, it did introduce a lot of new equipment, and typically the DLCs will add some functionality that isn't base game. So with the Kern, we got seeders that could have a hopper on the front and planter at the back. That was new. I think we got the baler wrapper as well. And then with the Kavernland, we got the fast bale, which meant that you could bale without, round bale without stopping, and wrap without stopping, which was nice. The Kubota DLC gave us a bunch of orange tractors, and also the ability to carry passengers. I tend not to play multiplayer, so the ability to carry multiple passengers wasn't a big deal to me. However, what I did like was the Kubota mod, which basically took the Kavernland DLC pack from the previous version of Farm Sim and recolored all the equipment orange and gave it unrealistic capacities. And I liked that, and the reason I liked that was because the Kavernland DLC, when it was released, was one pack with 19 pieces of equipment, something like that, which is, I like that because it's one checkbox on starting the game up to include all of the Kavernland DLC. The next release of Farm Sim, some of the Kavernland DLC was retained as base game stuff, and a lot of the rest of it was released week 1, week 2 to test the mod hub. And when they do that, it's like, okay, my 19 pieces of equipment are now 19 separate pieces of equipment, which I have to download each individual piece of equipment and remember to checkbox each piece of equipment. Obviously, when the Kubota versions of the Kavernland equipment was released as a single mod pack, it's a one checkbox thing, so I tended to use the Kavernland stuff, not with the unrealistic settings.